Greetings, greetings, my fellow friends. How are we doing today? Welcome to the quantum side of addiction. I'm your host, Joe, Big Joe. My friends call me Joe Frank. Today we will discuss how to be in the future now. Before I get started, I want to say yesterday's topic was a touchy topic. I didn't mean to offend anyone. Just want everyone to know that this new mindset is, to some, will be hard to grasp. It's not meant for everybody. Um, I was listening to Snoop Dogg the other day. He said, as you get closer to the top, as you get closer to fulfilling all your dreams, your friend list goes from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Me. So you can't take everybody. Everybody can't be saved. And as much as I like to save everybody, I wish I could save everybody. It's impossible. You gotta leave some people behind. Some people want to be just where they are, but you gotta know where you want to be and be willing to put it all on the line. With that being said, I'm gonna discuss today's topic, and I'm gonna let you know that I'm learning just like you are. Okay, I really get this knowledge from a few mentors of mine, um, Joe Dispenza, uh, Brian Liston. This first topic, this topic I'm talking about tonight, how to get yourself into the future now. How do we do that? I wrote down a list of how I um, perceive it to be. And first, let me say it. You must become a new person. Number one, the old person who you were, they're not going to be able to get into the future you where you want to be. It's not going to happen. You literally have to be born again. You ever heard that before? I'm sure you have. You have to be born again to be the person you really want to be in your dreams. Speaking of dreams, um, it's essential that you have an imagination. Without imagination, it's impossible. I believe it was Albert Einstein that said, imagination is better than knowledge. Ponder that for a minute. Imagination is better than knowledge. When I say you have to become a new person, you can't have a new future with the old self. They say 50 to 70,000 thoughts that the human thinks are the same thoughts he thought the day before and the day before and the day before. 95% of the choices that we make from those thoughts are the same choices that we made in repeat, in autopilot, walking in circles. When we become a new person, we have new thoughts, You make new choices, new actions, new behavior, new experiences, new feelings, new state of mind, new life. That simple. It's actually not that simple, but that is that simple. Number one, put yourself in a future mind state now. One of the things that I heard someone say is write yourself a letter from your future self. I that brought to mind something I said to myself a while ago. You have to pretty much start from the finish line. When you start from the finish line, you have a different perspective on things. You're already at the place where you want to be. So you pretty much already know what it took to get there. That gives you a new energy. With a new energy, you have a new mindset. You're able to see things, I guess, from hindsight. And they say hindsight is always what 2020. I'm just gonna go over the list and I'll go back over it after I'm done. Put yourself in the future mindset now. Be optimistic about the future. Totally adopt a new state of mind. Number three, write a letter from your future self to your current self. I discussed that earlier. Number three, learn the words that bring success. I'll go over a few. Number five, acknowledge you need to change the way you think. Metacognition is when you are aware of your thoughts. Even deeper than that, though, be aware of your thoughts and know that they need to change. Number six, rehearse who you want to be in your mind, in your life, and get emotional about it. That's very important. One of the guys who I listen to, Joe Dispenza, he says, an elevated emotion combined with a clear intent is where the power of change lies. Recondition your mind from the past and unlearn and relearn again. And the last one, be conscious. So I'll start from the beginning. Put yourself in the future mindset now. I explained that. Start from the finish line. Start your new perception from the finish line. Okay. I guess when you start your race from the finish line, you already seen who you're up against. You already know who you're um, running against. So you know what you got to do to get in shape to beat that person or to be that person. You need to be number one. Number two, totally adopt a new state of mind. I wrote some subtitles next to this. In order to adapt a new state of mind, first, I know for myself, I had to relax because that tight knot, that tension, that wouldn't let any thing else new into my mind. I couldn't grow that way. I held on to things in the past. I let my ego decide, make my decisions. Let go of that. Let go of your ego and totally adopt a new state of mind. Don't take it personal. Stop taking things so personal. Okay? Relax. Don't take it personal. Keep it moving. Everybody's not going to be on the same page as you. Some people are going to hate. Some people are going to be jealous. People are going to be envy. Everybody's not where you are. Acknowledge that. Know that and keep it moving. Have fun. Have fun. I got a friend of mine. He just keep moving ahead. He just keep moving ahead. Every accomplishment he celebrates. Maybe big, maybe small, but he makes sure he acknowledges it. We got something accomplished. Let's celebrate it. Let's have some fun. After we go to sleep tonight, we're gonna wake up and start it over and do the same thing over again. So have fun while you're doing things. Have fun while you're living. Stay active. Stay active. Don't just lay around. Get off your ass. Move. Because if you stay in the same spot, if you're just sitting around watching TV and your brain is taking in all that mess, stay active. When you're up moving your limbs and you're active, you produce oxygen to the brain. That's very important. If your brain isn't receiving the proper oxygen, you can't breathe. You can't think straight. So you got to stay active. This last little subtitle note: meditate. Meditate, 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 meditate. The Bible says, meditate on these things: goodwill, honor. Um, Keep your mind focused on good things. Day and night, try to be very aware of the thoughts that you're thinking. Because it's the thoughts that you're thinking that's going to get you to where you need to go. The minute you see yourself going back to the thoughts that you thought in the past, acknowledge it. Stop it. Go the other way. That's the only way you're going to get to where you want to go. Because if life is like a scale, and right here is 0, right here is 10, right here is 10. This is negative 10, this is positive 10. You have to go completely the opposite way from what you're accustomed to thinking in order to get where you want to go in life. That's the only way to make it. 3 words that bring success: gratitude, compassion, and this last word will kind of startle some people: pride. I know the Bible says some things about pride, that pride will bring a man low and so forth. But you got to have some sense of pride. You got to have a sense of pride in life. You got to have a sense of accomplishment that you feel good about. If you have no pride at all in your life, then you just live in life. I don't know. You have to have some level of pride, as long as it doesn't consume you. But as far as gratitude, it seems like everybody knows gratitude is a major key in life, because it opens you up. It allows you to appreciate things, and it's a whole rack of science behind the word gratitude. Gratitude. Every mentor and speaker who I listen to emphasizes the word gratitude. Gratitude, gratitude, gratitude. So it has to be something behind it. It has to be something with gratitude. So be grateful for the small things. Don't wait till you get the big things to be grateful. Be grateful for a hot shower. Be grateful for um, something to eat. Be grateful, because a lot of people don't have it. Compassion. Be able to put yourself in someone else's shoes. That'll give you the ability to relax and don't take it personal. See where someone else is coming from. That'll help you move ahead in life. If you could put yourself in someone else's shoes and say, you know what, if I were them, I would probably feel the same way. That will help you say, you know what, I'm not going to take it personal. I'm going to keep it moving. because I would do the same thing if I was in their shoes. Very important. The next one is acknowledge you need to change the way you think. Acknowledge you need to change the way you think. Someone can tell you the same thing over and over and over again, over and over and over again. But before you recognize that the way you're thinking led you down the wrong path, and you have to be willing to accept new information, you won't change. You won't change. If what someone is saying offends you, if what someone is saying brings up old memories, that should send off a flag in your head. And really, you should be glad about it because you can acknowledge it. You can see it now. Oh, shit. That's bringing up that same memory that somebody else did to me before. So your brain says react the same way you did then because that's how you know to get out of it. That's when you can make a decision right there to change. Make that decision instantly. Change. But you have to acknowledge that you first think that way. Because until you acknowledge it, you're just repeating the same cycle over and over and over again. And in doing that, and in acknowledging that you need to change the way you think, just be still. Just be still. Just stop moving, stop talking, relax, breathe. Breathing is very important. Breathe, calm down, and just be still. Don't say nothing. Don't keep talking. Just relax and listen. Sometimes the best thing to do is just keep your mouth shut and listen. Who are you listening to? Listen to your thoughts because it's the same thoughts that got you nowhere. But now we're trying to get somewhere. So you want to put your thoughts in check. You want to be able to check your thoughts because until you can check your thoughts are going to keep checking you. Rehearse who you want to be in your mind, in your life, and get emotional about it. If I can know who I want to be in my life down to the letter, my body will start taking on those traits. My mind will start looking for things that feed that emotion, that thought, that way of life. And before you know it, I'm doing exactly what I want to do. It doesn't take long. What happens is I was listening to a guy. He said uh, a lot of people think that the matter creates the field, but it's the field that creates matter. Let me explain that. Our minds and our hearts create a field, a magnetic field that attracts what we want. The energy that we put off is called vibrations. That vibe attracts what we want. It doesn't attract what we don't want. Think about it. You may think it attracts what we don't want, but what you're thinking is what it attracts. If you're scared of something, it's going to attract something to bring you fear. Like, for example, if I say, I want to stop eating sugar, my mind says sugar, 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 sugar. So I'm attracting sugar. But if I say, you know what, I want to be more healthy, that energy, that vibe will put out healthy, healthy. So I'll start to attract things that are more healthy for me. It's all in how we think. It's all in how we program our mind to put out the right energy so we can have the right vibrations to attract the right things to us. That's what we got to do. Number one, we have to learn how to attract the right things into our lives from the vibrations that we put out towards people. You ever had somebody walk in the room and they just set you off wrong? They just had the wrong vibes. That's exactly what I'm talking about. It's exactly what I'm referring to. We put out vibes that attract the right people or the wrong people. You ever wonder why the rich get richer and the poor get poor? Because rich people hang out with people that have the same vibes, and poor people hang out with the people that have the same vibes, poor vibes, same mentality, same brain waves. Pretty much that's it. Recondition your mind from the past and unlearn and relearn again. So when you recondition your mind from the past, you let go of your ego and you don't let your ego run the show anymore. But your new way of thinking controls the show. So what you do is you let your old ego go. You dismiss it. You no longer think with that old self. You go on to be a new person. Okay. And you're living in the conscious. When you live in the conscious, you're present. Okay. So you're judging a person not from who he reminds you of, but you're actually listening to the words that he's saying. You're being compassionate, you're being grateful, and you're taking in, observing what he's saying because it may be something that you can use. It may not be, but you're not judging that person. It's a skill. I'm still learning just like everybody else. But I do know that the people who are successful in life, they have these traits. They don't hold on to grudges. They don't judge people from the past. They're constantly learning new things. They're constantly relaxing. They're constantly exercising. They're constantly thinking ahead, being conscious, thinking in the now. That's very important. The last one is pull your energy from the past and put it into the future. That just means if I pull my energy from the past, all my energy is caught up in this not just um, and it allows me to judge people now. Um, look ahead and predict my steps. But remember, that person got me nowhere. So in order for me to let my new person dictate my steps, I have to put energy into the future and take it out of the past. I have to put energy into making the right choices at the drop of a dime without going back in the past and reliving who I thought or what I think will happen. I got to be a new person. So I got to learn how to think new ways. Like I said, it's not hard. I mean, it's not easy. I'm learning just like everybody else is learning. But the key to the whole thing is stop thinking the same thoughts. Think new thoughts. That's pretty much the quantum side of things. We have to learn how to be new people and stop that stinking thinking. That's the quantum side of things. That's the quantum side of addiction. And this is the vortex.